If you still remember Bandile, this man was once most loved by everyone, only in a short span of time to be the most hated. Why? We all
Failed.
love the
Like,
story
was that
of
what
an
pushed you
underdog.
to train?
Yeah, dog, because hey, because even my classmates know, bro, and my friends, dog, school wasn't
You get
like
the
nice
someone
car,
to look
you
up
get
to,
the,
we tell
you know,
ourselves.
you're financially free, nice clothes, everything, you know what I mean?
Unlikely
Started up,
inspiration
you know what I mean?
that comes
Because bro,
once
like,
in a while.
I wanna be so blessed that God uses my pockets to bless others.
This isn't one of those stories.
Allegedly, Bandile was driving on the highway and he wanted to show off to some friends and he lost control of the car. And this is
And we're back with another video. Today we're covering 3 topics. Number 1, Bandile. Once again, faking trading results, making consumers believe it is actually making money.
Shut up. Boss. Nah. Hi, bro. Let me just be the woman.
will have you doing stupid stuff, no? Will he be able to pay back the victims that realized they were scammed by him? I don't think so. Will he be able to settle the debt that he has with the taxi lord's son in time? I'm not sure. Will he be able to pay back the business people where he has accrued debt? I can't say. Will he be able to fix the car? Ish, guys, I don't know. I can't answer these questions. Only he will be able to
how
answer.
a man's company called Bandile Traders went into shambles. We'll discuss on how once a man was seen as an angel only to be seen as the devil himself. And not only that, we'll discuss all the wrong controversies surrounding him, how he went to prison, facing jail time, and once we start picturing this, we start seeing there's more than meets the eye. Influencer, which we once thought we knew, we start seeing that there was a different side, a much more darker and sinister side. We start to see how his misfortune, accidents, and all the debt he has surrounded himself into. We start seeing that this man was not just a trading influencer, but rather a scammer. Or was he? Everybody has a beginning, and unlike anybody, Bandiles was no different. He was someone who looked on the internet for ways to make money and found a particular one interesting, which was forex trading. He liked how people managed to live lavish lifestyles from their profits, so he ventured into forex trading. And once he found forex trading himself, he started forex trading. Eat, breathe, sleep forex trading is what he did. And he found himself blowing up and blowing out and feeling as if maybe this isn't the right
But
thing.
you can have the best mentor in the game, but if you don't work, bro, then you're not going to see results. I know people who have pretty...
This time, his family was still supporting Bandile. They gave him his full support. He had everything. So this gave Bandile pressure to continue forex trading. It gave him courage to push harder into forex trading. So he looked online for mentorship programs. He looked for people who could teach him on how to do forex. And upon his search, he found the person called Jason Noah. But his courses were deemed expensive, so he looked for leadership mountain. And this is what he had to say about leadership mountain.
So we had a class on Thursday. He's like, okay, he's gonna teach me one-on-one. He's gonna come all the way down for me because he can see that I'm like really eager to learn how to trade. So I'm like, okay, the guys will come down for me. Let me try and make a plan to make it through, to like pull through on Thursday. Spoke to my mom and everything. I was like mom, you know, like, please can you pay? Like at the time, bro, I was like, I won't say I was broke, but I had no money, and the only money that was available was my parents' money.
Around the time of Bandile's birthday, instead of being like any typical teenager, he didn't use all of his birthday money on partying Rather, he invested his 4,000 that he got from his parents into forex trading. So he opened up 4 separate accounts, and on those separate accounts, he funded each with 1,000 rand. The 3,000, of course, he blew it because, hey, he's still starting. But then he continued to trade, and that 1,000, he became wiser. He started, changing his approach on trading. He started trading at a smaller size and trading with 200. And once he started doing that, everything changed. He found himself making money.
China has identified the cause of the
mysterious new virus.
Coronavirus.
There
are fears a rapidly spreading virus has reached Australia.
The National Coronavirus Command Council has decided to enforce a nationwide lockdown for 21 days.
At this time, Bandile was only doing his metric, and this was kind of a shock to Bandile. But none other than less, he used his time that he had in lockdown to continue his forex trading. He focused more on forex trading, and this paid him handsomely as he won 60,000. He funded his account with 3,500, and then he managed to trade it up until 60,000. Wow. If you look into the forex world, you end up seeing it's more like a futuristic type of currency world. So if someone was offering you a box, and in that box, if you invest your money, you get triple or times 4 of that money you invested, wouldn't you be tempted? Bandile, now out of metric and having passed his metric, he now finds his forex journey to be much more difficult. Truly speaking, guys, forex is something that's very hard. It requires discipline, it requires a lot of effort and money. But if you were to see these influencers, they make as if forex is something that's as easy as eating snacks. It's not something that requires discipline. And Bandile showed us that he came up with an idea. Instead of me focusing more on forex, I can pretend to know how to trade. I can give other people that impression that I know how to trade. And people were actually falling for that type of trade. They took that and thought, maybe this guy was an inspiration. Maybe this guy is the legit guy. He knows how to trade. But all was just a facade. It was just an illusion to trick people into buying his mentorship programs, thinking that maybe this will be the way into a lavish lifestyle just like him. This isn't the only painful thing. The painful thing is once you realize that the things he offers, the signals he offers, is something you can find online for free. The robots, all the trading robots, but people were blind to that. They believed his mentorship signals were the best of the best, and they had to purchase, and they did. They bought every single course and signal. You see where the cycle comes from. It's not people gaining knowledge. They think that they are gaining knowledge, but all they are doing is digging their pockets deeper and deeper. They are finding themselves thinking they are gaining all this knowledge. And once they start to realize that there's something wrong here, they start to realize that why do I have all this knowledge, but I still feel so empty somewhere, somehow. Those who quickly realize this thing often get blocked or tossed aside. They never get that service. The service is only great once they're starting or before they invested any money. And once they have your money, they ignore you and treat you as if you were a stranger. And now, when you try and call them wanting your money back, it's as if it's now an issue. You start to get mad. If you are familiar with influencers, you would know that promoting products is a way of making money for themselves. And Bandile is no different. He also promoted the broker called Volt Markets. This was his way to also show to other people that, guys, I've made it in life. Also, these brokers also have trust and hope in me that what I'm doing is a great thing. You too, guys, can also access the same thing only if you believe, only if you just send me a percentage of your money. You can also find yourself in the same way. While Bandile had his fan base from his loyal fans, he used that fan base to promote more of his robots, and this came in his Smurf chargers. He saw himself as a king and knew people will buy no matter what. "2023 was the time when Bandile now gave it all in his pursuit to making money. This man was reported to have grossed over 2 million rand, like 2 million rand in selling robots and mentorship programs. Wouldn't you just invest all that money into real estate? But the problem comes with these people. They bring all these mentorship signals, they sell all these courses, but they still haven't had that amount of money. And what came as a surprise is when Bandile actually had a full market breakdown. This showed to me that maybe this guy was legit. Maybe we were wrong. We are accusing a man to be a scammer, but in matter of reality, maybe he wasn't. He was just a good person. So we thought. And once he did all these market breakdowns, he showed us how forex market works, and we all thought that maybe the guy was right. And the way he explained it, we all looked at it hoping that the man was a person who could have lead us into financial stability. It's what we told ourselves. This was 2024, and Bandile had went and signed another broker, and this was JP Markets. The man kept jumping from one broker to the next broker. We all asked ourselves what was going on, but to Bandile, this was more like passive income. The more he influenced these brokers and the money he made from affiliate marketing, this was able to fund his lifestyle, and all the lifestyle and the money he was flaunting to us were money that he got from the audience. You see, his target market wasn't the wealthy people like Elon Musk. It was us, people that we know that can't find this lifestyle, people that are not well off in life. And you start to ask yourself, why is he promoting to people who are not well off in life? And this is for a reason. The 100K bootcamp also was a way to selling to people who haven't made this type of money to come to his bootcamp and try and achieve that amount of money. And everyone thought that this was a great thing. We all thought that we've missed out on a great opportunity. It was apparent that Bandile had a fan base and status of which it attracted attention from the opposite gender and none other than his girlfriend. But this was a sad and unfortunate incident, as we were later to find out such a great couple only few months down the line was no more the same. Rather, Bandile, the man who was once seen as loving and caring to his girlfriend, was now in trouble. And I'm not saying any normal trouble. He was hunted down by the taxi driver. The taxi driver wanted his head. He wanted him dead. And this is an actual recording.
And it's actually said that this bra comes from Durban, but the people don't want him there. Allegedly, this man scammed one of Durban's taxi bosses, and I'm gonna play you guys 2 voice notes here. It might just be 3, I'm not sure, but you guys can just listen for yourself how serious the situation is.
They want him bad, bro. Yo, they want him off because he scammed the taxi owner's son. And the people that are looking for him, they know about him because he's been scamming many people here. So they're looking for him badly, bro. He scammed the wrong people this time. Hey, bro, it's gonna be hectic, eh? It's gonna be hectic.
Gender-based violence is actually a problem in South Africa. Many women suffer from this act of violence, but Bandile also found himself surrounding this controversy. We never expected such a man we looked up to be one of those person to also abuse his girlfriend, and which on
an Instagram sensation and self-proclaimed Forex guru, Bandile, has allegedly been arrested. This development comes as no surprise to many.
Telling people they can labor and stuff and then you run off with their money to the lawyers. I'm telling you guys, stuff like this is not going to be tolerated in 2025. If you came this far, thank you so much for watching.
Is recording from the girls who came to speak up about his abuse he had done.
Remember the guy Bandile? Yeah, yo, this guy, man, what he did, he used to like abuse me. He used to beat me up in front of his friends. And then like after like a while back, his friends started laughing. Like literally laughing at me, bro. Like they were laughing at me. And then like out of the blue, I was telling him, Morena, you deserve to be arrested. You can't be in this world because you're beating other people. Like, what's up with you hitting me, bro? Like, I'm a girl for a fact. You understand? You can't just lay your hand on me, bro. And problem with it wasn't like the first time him doing the same thing over and over. It became so annoying to a point where I'll be so emotional, I'll break down. I'll look at the fact that this nigga doesn't even appreciate me, you understand? Like, appreciating me, it's a big word, but he failed to be the man that I want him to be. Like, Bandile was like a mission, bro, like a real mission. And I didn't like the fact that he do such things to me for a fact. So, like, we would be going, like, on the road, we'll be like chilling, we'll be talking, and then after like a while we'll like laugh about it, and the next thing I'll get angry, I'll burst, and then I become angry, then yeah, after that things didn't become normal between him and I. So the abusement was like deep, bro, but it's okay, it's whatever, it happened.
This shows us that our influencers that we look up to can sometimes be monsters. People start to realize the people that we look up to are not as glamorous as we seem to be. They might actually be human beings, and everybody has their dark side. And what's the sad thing, it doesn't stop by Bandile. It continues as we go and see this channel that there are more influencers.